a pretty common thing to do.
Right.
And if you don't know where to go on the guitar, if you're playing in a song, and you can always just say, oh, I'll just break up the chords a little bit.
So here, all these times where I'd be playing my guitar, I'd be doing the finger picking, and like my wife or my kids, oh, that sounds nice, Dad. I'm like, it sounds nice. I should have been like, I'm doing arpeggio here. I'm doing arpeggio.
Nice. I'm doing a damn arpeggio.
Yeah, some respect. Some respect. I'm going with the whole time.
You have to do it like that because it's an Italian.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, arpeggio. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Into the Music. And I'm here with my buddy, my pal, my hombre, Chris.
Hombre? Did you take Spanish in high school?
Hombre. No.
Oh, that's why you're pronouncing the H.
Yeah. Does hombre mean friend? Hombre, right? Yeah.
Hombre. Hombre means hungry.
Hombre.
Yeah.
Hombre.
Hombre is hungry.
So that guy right there, the guy in the blue shirt, he's going to give me... No,
it's actually blue only from the reflection of from the screen.
You're going to give me another song,
It's black.
Right?
It's black. What?
You're going to give me another song, right?
No, I'm going to talk about Spanish.
So we can entertain the masses out there.
You just said that guy right there, and then in the blue shirt, and then you didn't say
that guy in the blue shirt right there.
What about him?
You're going to give me another song, right?
Oh, I thought you had something else to say about me. Something complimentary. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. All right.
We have not been drinking. No.
Back on track. No, we're naturally like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got one of our perennial favorites, Radiohead. The name of the song is.
I'll stop.
The name of the song is Weird Fishes / Arpeggi.
Man, they are creative in their song titles, right? I mean, they're not just creative in the music they create, but like,
Yeah.
In these song titles.
Yes. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Scary, actually.
All right,
cool.
So take a listen and let me know what you think.
I'll take a listen.
It's over by the world. And when it finishes, when it finishes, when it finishes.
So let me bring that back a little bit to that middle part. I love how they just slowed up, like incredibly slowed up, because that song for a song with so much space in with the words, that song was incredibly fast paced.
And when it finishes, when it finishes, when it finishes.
Did not want that to end. Did not want that to end. That was really good. That was really good.
All right. So you
Okay,
took a listen.
I took a listen, and I want to take another listen, and another listen, and another listen. That thing, that's that thing, that song, those weird fishes,
That crazy thing, man.
they swam right up to the top, man. This song was like really, really,
I'm
I
so
mean,
glad you're keeping me
folks are
from
sitting
that
out
point.
there going, yeah, you guys, yeah, just Radiohead, you say whatever. If you pay attention and you watch those reactions, especially the ones from me, I think I've reacted to most of them. I've loved them. I've been
Yeah.
wowed by them. I've been
You
like,
know, you've had
that's
you've
more of an experience. I had to get back to you on that, but it's amazing. So every Radiohead song that I reacted to on this channel, it's been an experience and it's been worthwhile. It's been in a couple cases like just amazing. This one right here just shoots up to the top is like, probably going
yeah.
on my song on my song list. And
I wasn't totally sure how you'd react on this one. I knew you'd like it. I didn't know how you would like it compared to the other Radiohead songs we've done. So you're saying it's at the top with them.
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good, good.
Absolutely. And man, this song moves. You know,
Yeah, it
it
starts
doesn't
with that fast drum beat, you
it
know.
starts with a fast
Uh,
drum beat, right? And it just, and he's just really just has this real complicated, it looks easy, but it's not. Um, but
the rhythm, you mean? The drumming,
well,
you say?
the drum beat, the percussion beat
Okay,
is just taking the song, right? And then
right.
that bass, if you're not paying
The bass
attention,
is
you
always
might think,
great on
but the bass is
Radiohead
like that
songs.
unsung. I'm sure to Radiohead fans, like he's not
No,
unsung,
yeah, the fans know it, of
but
course.
it is like that. Yeah, it's just it's like, we go to sleep and our army's protecting the country, they're doing their job, we just go to sleep and we just don't realize that at times, but they're doing their job. And this bass, if you're not paying attention, he's doing his job. He's making the song amazing. But those
Next,
two,
the next Veterans Day, I'm going to walk up to a veteran and say, you guys are like a bass. And it's like, what? Well, I'm based on a bass.
that's right.
But,
That wouldn't be unusual, right?
yeah, no, that's why they call it an army bass,
Right. So let's come back. And although I'm the one who set that up, so I'm responsible for that one.
Yes,
so
I
I'll take responsibility for
the
you
blame is all
going.
yours.
But those two, what's interesting too about the song is that there's no like lead guitar part that just goes out and is just doing these kind of, not that Johnny really does a lot like that.
Well,
but
that's because they've got layered guitars.
But here it seemed like they had two rhythmic guitar parts going on, at the same time, right? And they were different. So one's in the left ear, one's in the right ear, and I guess they're in the same ballpark where it makes sense. But they're definitely still doing their own things, and their rhythm. One's not really kind of going up and down the neck and like doing like a solo thing, whatever. They're both like rhythm guitar. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how common that is in songs. It's just really interesting. Yeah.
That's where the part of the title Arpeggi comes in, because that's the plural for an arpeggio.
Okay.
Which is taking the chord and breaking it into the individual notes of the chord.
Wow. Yeah. So there you go.
It's a succession, but it's not simultaneous. They're not simultaneously played. So what's going on in this song is one of the players is playing a repeated arpeggio over four chords, and then the second guitar comes in and plays an arpeggio, also, but it's kind of it's not totally in sync. Okay, it's different. In other words, they're all using notes of the same chord, but they're playing them at different times, but in rapid succession. So it's layered like that.
Yeah.
To give it that complexity. And then there's another guitar comes in somewhere in there. I haven't isolated it really in my mind. So that's where the title comes from, and that's what. And also when each guitar part is accenting on different notes, different beats, different parts of the beat.
Now you learned all this through learning how to play guitar back when you were learning how to write music or read music and all like that, or
well, I don't know whenever I learned how.
It's fascinating just even hearing
arpeggio is.
Yeah, just hearing you talk about it, it's really interesting, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. So think about it this way: when you're doing finger picking on the guitar, you're doing an arpeggio. Yeah, you might be throwing other notes in there that are not actually in the chord.
Wow.
Or in the key or whatever. But if you just play a straight chord and you're playing, you're basically doing arpeggio. You can throw other notes in there too that are in the scale. I think I said key earlier, but it's scale in the scale. And so that's basically what you're doing. Because in arpeggio sound, that sounds complicated. It's an Italian word, in music, any Italian word gets a little but that's all.
I never realized.
And you can do like a lot of lead guitar based on arpeggios, and it sounds different than strumming the chord. Even though those are the notes.
I think who just came to mind when you just said that lead guitar with doing that is I think Lindsey Buckingham. I think he does some of that. I know that his lead solos, whatever like that, he does with the fingers. On
yeah, but believe me, man, I've looked into how to play some of the stuff he does, and there's a lot to it. So he probably does do that. It's a pretty common thing to do,
right?
And if you don't know where to go on the guitar, if you're playing in a song, and you can always just say, I'll just break up the chords a little bit.
So here, all these times where I'd be playing my guitar, I'd be doing the finger picking, and like my wife or my kids, that sounds nice, Dad. I'm like, it sounds nice. I should have been like, I'm doing arpeggio here. I'm doing arpeggio.
Nice. I'm doing a damn arpeggio.
Yeah, some respect. Some respect. I'm going with the whole time.
You have to do it like that because it's an Italian.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, arpeggio. Wow. No, that actually is fascinating.
So,
But I
so
love.
what's really great about this is that they took something that is a fairly simple concept, and they added complexity to it and a whole feel to it based on that by overlaying them. And
That's
I
what
don't
they
know
do.
what they were doing like in the last maybe quarter of the song or so, but it had that swirling effect, which kind of fit in with the words because we
Yeah.
talked about, which we have
Yeah.
talked about, which because it's underwater and so on.
Right.
But I'm not totally sure what the words mean. I looked it up, and the words, it was a bit on the minimalistic side. Um,
Definitely.
but it definitely was, not uplifting about following somebody somewhere, but it's you shouldn't go with it. You shouldn't go there because he's dead on the bottom of the ocean and being eaten by fishes. Which, let me add something to this, a personal thing. My worst scenario for when I die is to be buried at sea. The idea that, because I've seen so many um, documentaries about all these different, all about weird fishes and these sea creatures at the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the ocean, and they're
Yeah.
just so weird looking, man. They're like aliens from outer space, and so that creeps me out totally. So this kind of hit me when I saw those
Yeah.
lyrics that weird fishes are eating him. It's creepy, but what a beautiful song.
Yeah.
So,
Mine's dying in a fire, but that
oh
there's.
no, that's one of mine too. Actually, I don't want to die in any
I don't
manner
want.
whatsoever.
I don't want to die at all. But,
I don't even
I
want to
guess.
die in my sleep peacefully.
Yeah, I guess that's if that could happen. Yeah, I could try to make that happen.
I don't mean to turn this into a negative thing here, but
No, no.
um,
So what's interesting too, the big when you talk the singing,
you're gonna edit all that out, right? I'm sure.
we'll see, we'll see.
We'll see. Oh, really?
We'll
Like
see
I'm a
how it
little kid. We'll
flows.
see. Sure, Johnny. We'll see. Yeah,
We'll
hopefully
see.
kick the death out of it.
No, go play. Um, when you were talking about the lyrics, right? And I think sort of minimalistic. It's interesting. I think even in the reaction, I think I had commented like how for so little words, at least it seemed like that. Because I really was paying attention more to the music.
Yeah.
There was the song just flowed, just moved.
Mhm.
So not a lot of words going.
And when you think about it,
Getting in there.
when you
You
think
would think
about it,
maybe more like with a slower song, but it was kind of
but
interesting that
their
contrast.
songs really usually have pretty short lines.
And a lot of the songs are also slow, and so here you have a kind of a moving song flowing,
Or the
you know.
singing, yeah, the singing is the singing, the voice melody, the vocal melody is slow, but
Yeah.
the rest of the song is moving.
Yeah. So I
They do
love
a
that
lot of that.
contrast. Yeah. And then also singing about the fishes and like that, it reminded me of that optimistic song that you had reacted to a few weeks back
Mhm.
from them, big fish eat the little ones. So,
Yeah.
he definitely has imagery when
Well,
it comes
also
to,
yeah,
and we just did one just recently with,
yeah, with Bloom.
but with Bloom, right? The water sounding, the instruments and the bubbling. It's just so
I'm starting to wonder now if any of the band members are into scuba diving or big on snorkeling or something. I'm not joking. I mean, they
okay.
use that imagery a lot.
I just think that you could take the ocean, the water, and you can have a field day when it comes to imagery, and coming up with metaphorical or whatever about life,
Well, yeah,
whatever, big
yeah.
ocean, water, underwater, above and all that, and just you can just have a feel. I mean, that is to me a major source of like if you're kind of stuck on what to write about, just think about the water, and come out, red rain, and just right down the line. um, Not by Radiohead, but just whatever. But so it just seems like they do have this sort of connection or whatever to Tom York, with water, and but yeah, I mean, this song was just everything about it, and this is a first listen. It's a first listen, and I mean, it just moved for me. It was beautiful, and it
So
just.
you're gonna put this on a playlist? You're
Oh
going
yeah, so oh
okay.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely,
Got
definitely
a
on
big
my.
Radiohead playlist that's growing, huh?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Some still need to kind of, make their way in. They're
Sure.
knocking at the door. This one just, barges right in and just sits down on the sofa and says, "I'm here." When's
Using
dinner?
the metaphors, man. Oh boy. All right. Personifying the song.
All right, cool. So I'm going to take us out. I'm going to take us out by
Take us out.
saying thanks to everyone for watching this reaction video. Hope you had a great time. If you did and you smiled, hit the like button. That'd be cool. And would also be cool if you also subscribe to us if you haven't already. And with that
That'd be
said,
even
Chris,
cooler, I think. Yeah.
I think that'd be cooler. But you know what? Hey,
Do what
at
you
your
want.
own pace. Yeah, Arpeggio. So with that said, Chris, have a great night. And everyone, we'll see you on the next episode of
See y'all.
Into the Music.